Hey there, welcome to Fireside Gaming. This is Billum, and this week we're going to do something a little different than normal. Instead of a retro review or something like that, I'm going to be covering an update to my game collection. Basically it's just a case of I buy a lot of retro games, and some of these are going to have uses for the channel, so I thought I'd share them with you. Others, not so much, but you'll get what I mean. First off, I've got this. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Defiance for the DS. Now, I'm not actually a big COD player, and I don't know as if this is ever going to get a review on the channel, but it is a game that's really fun to play with people because it has the whole cloud sharing thing, so you can just send the data over to other DSs. I think you can have like 8 people play together. So just a neat little game. I might cover it, I might not, don't really know. Next up is Digimon World Championship. Now, this one, from my understanding, plays more like Digimon World 1 and 2, which I'm not as big of a fan of. I came in with 3, and that turn-based combat is really what I prefer. So I'll probably leave this one to the wife, because the pet simulator thing is more her style, but yet again, if there's interest, this could be something I end up checking out for the channel. And our next game is Kirby Superstar Ultra. Now, if you've played Kirby Superstar, you already know that's a great game. And I do have every intention of reviewing that for the channel, so probably not this. This one's probably just going to be something that I play on the go, because retro reviews and everything like that, if I'm going to look at a version of Kirby Superstar, I think I'd prefer to look at the original Super Nintendo version. But I will probably end up playing this and at least making some comparisons when I get around to that review. But I haven't even started the Kirby series yet, so who knows when that's going to be. And now we have Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword. Now, I like the newer Ninja Gaiden games, not really the NES ones. I've never been a big fan of those. And I do eventually want to get around to playing them, and probably for the channel, though that could be years out, honestly. But this would be a pretty neat one to look at. Now, DS capturing isn't something I'm super familiar with, and I know this one specifically uses the stylus a lot, so you've got like a lot of swipes and movements. I think you even hold it... Yeah, I think you hold the DS like you would like Brain Age, so it's horizontal, like a vertical instead of horizontal alignment, and that could be even more of a problem with capturing, so I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Also, you might have noticed that none of those DS games had cases, and honestly, the DS is one of those consoles that it doesn't really bother me if it has a case or not. Like, I'd prefer it, but it doesn't have to be there. It's that kind of thing, like, you don't want to take 10 DS cases on a trip with you. You've just got, like, a little DS carrying case, and you're just like, oh, this'll do, it holds 10 games. So it's not a big deal for me. I understand some collectors are kind of like, about that, but not a problem for me. But on that note, we do have another DS game, and this one does have a case. And that is Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo's Tale, or Chocobo Tale. Now, I have played the Wii game of this. It's not this, but it's part of this series, and I really enjoyed it, and this one is complete. It's got the booklet and everything. It's got the game. And this is one I'd be interested in doing for the channel. This might be my first DS review, potentially. Because, like I said, I played the Wii game in this series, and I really enjoyed it. So I don't know if this one is anything like that at all. I don't actually know much about this. This is very much an impulse buy, and maybe it'll work out for the channel, maybe it won't, but I'd really like to check this one out. Okay, so we're going to take a break from games for a quick second, because I picked up one of these, a Super Game Boy. Now, if you don't know, these allow you to plug a Game Boy game into here, and then you plug that into a Super Nintendo, and you can play your Game Boy games on your TV through your Super Nintendo. And I've always thought these are super cool, but I've never owned one. And I saw this one, and it was a good price, and like, I don't even know, I'm probably not even going to record Game Boy footage with it, because you've got the borders and everything like that, and it would probably just be easier to not. But it's such a cool thing, and I just want to play with it. It's just a cool little, like, piece of history. So that's just kind of that. And next up is Soul Blade. Now, I actually want to do a lot with the Soulcalibur series. Sorry about that light flare there. It's kind of hard to get around it on these PS1 cases. But I actually want to do a full-on, like, review of the whole Soulcalibur series, specifically focusing on the story. Because I've always really liked the Soulcalibur world and lore and everything like that. But I came in with Soulcalibur 2 on the PS2, so I've never gone back and played the old ones outside of, like, the occasional quarter in an arcade machine. So with that's something I want to do, and I actually have all of them except for the first Soulcalibur, so I'll be looking for that. And then hopefully I can start this. Also, you'll notice that, yes, this is the greatest hits version, and, you know, some people don't like that because the green, and I get it, it doesn't match well with the rest of the black labels for your PS1 games, but my big concern is that the game plays, and that it comes with the manual and everything like that, so, you know, as far as I'm concerned, this is perfectly fine by me. Okay, so now we have Lord of Arcana, and this is a PSP game. Came out, shoot, what was this? Was this 2008, 2009, somewhere around there? I remember I was in college, and I had this, and I actually played it a good bit, and I think I traded it in toward Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. So this isn't my original copy, obviously. It's game collecting and everything like that. But it's one that I definitely wanted to check out, because I didn't beat it back in the day, and this is complete. It's got, you know, the game, which these UMDs, if you don't know, gosh, these UMDs are so trash. These plastic cases will pop apart and everything like that, so I'm not super big on PSP collecting. And if I do get PSP games, I usually end up ripping them, so I can just play them digitally and not have to worry about these not working right. But even then, this is a fun game already, like, I can tell you that. And I've not done any PSP reviews yet, but it's something that I could definitely do, and I'm considering. And Lord of Arcana is fun. It's kind of like, funnily enough, it's kind of like Monster Hunter meets God of War, from what I remember. I'll have to jump in and play it again and see if it really still has that feel to it. But either way, this is a cool game, and it's one that I'm definitely interested in checking out again, even, you know, probably for the channel. Okay, so next to last game that I picked up is XGRA, Extreme G Racing Association. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I have already reviewed Extreme G3 or XG3, whatever you want to call it. And I really like that game. I played some of the older N64 Extreme Gs back in the day, but this isn't one that I was originally going to pick up. And as you can see, it's seen some better days. There's some damage on the case. This case was actually, like, bad shape. I switched it out for a different PS2 case. I keep extras just kind of lying around for that reason. Let's see. I will cover this game eventually. Like, that's gonna happen. But I'll have to let you know more as time goes on. Oh yeah, and by the way, no manual, which kind of sucks. Like, that's one of the things I really do like to have when I'm collecting games. But I can probably find the manual. Usually when you go to cons, there's people just selling manuals, or sometimes you can find them on eBay, you know, things like that. So it's not a big deal. I'll end up replacing it eventually. Or getting a new one, I should say. Okay, and the final game, and this is one that I'm very happy to have, is Lost Kingdoms for the GameCube. Yet again, no manual, but it does have the game, and Lost Kingdom, like a lot of old From Software RPGs, can be pretty hard to find. And I didn't pay, the full price because it's missing the manual, so it's something I'll be looking for, but I'm excited to have this, if only because I've really been digging these From Software RPGs lately. They've just been really jiving with me. So this is one I'm definitely going to want to jump into and look at, and, just see what it's all about. There's a sequel as well that I'm going to be on the lookout for, too. And this actually, leads into a little bit of a channel update. So, I reviewed Evergrace, what was it, 3 months ago, right? Sorry, let's not have that glare killing you guys. And I've been looking to follow it up with a story analysis video, but then I found out about Forever Kingdom, which is a prequel. It's called Evergrace 2 in Japan, but in America they named it Forever Kingdom. So instead, I want to make sure I play and review Forever Kingdom first. That way I've got the full story, and everything like that, and I can actually, do that story analysis video justice, because I do think Evergrace has a very interesting world, and I don't want to cut it short just by doing a story analysis of just Evergrace. So it'll be a little bit before that video comes out, the Forever Kingdom review, but it is coming, and it's something I'm pretty excited for. So check that out. Keep an eye out for that. Also, I think that's about it. I think we're done on the games. I've actually had to steal my wife's setup for this because she does Pokemon stuff. She has her own little channel where she opens cards and stuff like that. I'll link it up in the corner. You should check it out. That's, it's blind boxes, Digimon, Pokemon, occasionally some magic stuff. So, check that out if that's something you guys would be interested in. And that's all for the video. Thank you for watching, and as always, take it easy.